Hello, this is number 15. Um, uh, Destructuring. I got quite a way through this, and then real life intervened, and so I'm starting again. This is about destructuring, which is a concept you might know from Scala or from Kotlin. The basic idea is that in the argument list to a function, an object or a vector or a map or whatever, a list which is given to the function, is depackaged inside the argument list. You can see an example here, in that inside this argument list to this function is given this as an argument, which is just one vector. The vector is then destructured inside the argument list, and A gets the value for foo, and B gets the value for bar. In Scala and Kotlin this works for, I think in Scala it works for any class which implements the unapply method. I'm not sure how it's done in Kotlin. If Kotlin works for anything more than data classes. I'd have to have a look at that to see if Kotlin has an unapply method. I suppose it does. The result in any case is that we make a string out of bar and foo because the order of the arguments is reversed. Okay, and I save that, and yep, bottom right, it is now advanced to apples, oranges, and pears. Good. An Oxford comma list of apples, oranges, and pears. Okay, well, let's do this the easy way. So inside the body of the function here, this expression here, these two underscores, A has a value of apples, B has a value of oranges, and C has a value of pears. So let's just make life easy for us at the moment. An Oxford comma list of, that's going to be A, and then a comma, and then B, and then a comma, and C, and we need a full stop at the end, and that is probably right, is it? Yes, that's okay. Good. Now what are we going to do this one? We can probably play around a bit with this one, because we have these akkers, which also known as, which are interspersed between the different items inside this list. And now, okay, interesting is that a list is being given to the function. Oh no. Yes, sorry. Oh, sorry. This is now a let rather than a function. Okay, I see how it works. So first name gets the value of Rich, last name gets a value of Hickey, and aliases gets the rest. So the Clojure, GoTime, LambdaGuru as a list. And what we want to return is Rich, Hickey, Acker, the Clojure, Acker, GoTime, Acker, LambdaGuru. Now we've understood what these values are, first name, last name, and aliases, we can probably find a nice simple way to create this string here. What I see here is a list of words with spaces, is the first thing I see. So we'll need to put some things between these words. What's the command? Interpose? I forget the command. Interpose? I'm not sure that's right. List A, B. Yes, it was interpose. That was the name of the function. Well, so let's try to. There's one other problem. If I want to make a string of this, I can't just do that, can I? A string of a list of A and B. What's it going to do? Yes, it's going to do something like that, which isn't what we want at all. What we want to do is we want to apply the string function to each element of the list. No, sorry, that's wrong. We want to apply the string function to this argument list. That's good. So this argument list becomes the arguments given to string, which means doing this. That should work. Yes, that's what we want to do. Good. So let's go back here, and the first thing we want to do is we want to make a string. That's what's got to come back. we're going to give it a list of items, so it's got to be an apply of string to a list of items. And this list of items, let's put that down here so we don't get out of place, is going to be made by interposing a space with another list of items. Now we want to make our list of rich, hickey, akka, the Clojure, akka, go time, akka, lambda, guru. Well, rich is the first item in this. This is the first name, so let's add that to the rest of it. Good. This is not a good way of doing this, but I haven't got a Clojure mode for Emacs, so please forgive the parentheses. Const first name to what? Well, what we need here is hickey, akka, the Clojure, akka, go time, akka, lambda, guru. So that we get from interposing akka with some list here. And this list is made from consing the last name with aliases. Okay, let's see if that works. Well, it works. Let's make it a bit more beautiful. Let's try to explain what's going on, because that is very badly explained. Let's get rid of this stuff first. We can probably count commas, count parentheses. Yes, that works. Good. Let's build this up a little bit more clearly. We are applying the string function to, let's move this over a little bit more to make it look more normal. The interposition const first name interpose, okay, const last name aliases. Okay, let's start at the end. I'm making a list of last name and aliases. So this line gives us a list containing of hickey, the Clojure, go time, lambda, guru. I am interposing between every pair of elements the string akka. So now, after that line, with these two lines of interposing const, we now have a list of hickey, akka, the Clojure, akka, go time, lambda, guru. Now we're adding the first name to that list. So now we have rich, hickey, akka, the Clojure, akka, go time, akka, lambda, guru. Now we're adding spaces. So rich space, hickey space, akka space, the Clojure space, go time space, lambda, guru. Sorry, go time space, akka space, lambda, guru. Did I get that right? You know what I mean. And then we are taking that list and using the word apply to give that list to the string function as a list of arguments. This is what apply does. So with apply, I'll give you an example here as well. Apply plus, where's my plus got to? There it is. Of a list of 2 and 3 will give us 5 back. That's how apply works. You can think of it as unpackaging a list when it's an argument to a function, if you want to. Yes, that's a little bit more complicated. You may want to think about what's going on there for a while, but it seems to work okay. Okay, now what's going on here? We have to check that whatever we give back from this let is the same thing as this map here. Well, let's just make life easier. Let's make a map. And the key is original parts, and we're putting a vector of, well, Stephen Hawking is first name, last name. So, like that. And then we have named parts, which is first name, last is last name. What am I missing here? I'm missing that. Is that now everything? That may be enough. Yes, that's okay. Good. Right. I have a feeling that I'm missing something here, and there's a much easier way of doing it. I don't know what this means as full name. I'll have to look that up, what that means. I think there's a doc command here, isn't there? Can I do that? doesn't work. I thought doc existed in the Clojure. Yes, it does, but as doesn't. Okay. I don't know what as does then. Well, let's see what it does then. Let first name, last name as full name. We give it Stephen, sorry, I can't spell, Hawking as an argument. And let's just see what, that's shut there. And what is full name here? Tell me what that is. Ah, okay, it does that. Okay, so it just gives you the original arguments. Good, okay. It's not original paths. Yes, it's written here, isn't it? Original paths. So we could replace, sorry. Oh, it's gone wrong again. Ah, sometimes that goes wrong. Okay, so we could replace original parts here with just full name, and that would also work. Yes, that also works. Good. Well, that's good to know. Let's move on. Okay, test address is defined at the top of the file. Street address 123 test lane, city is Testerville, state is TX, and we want to get that out. Well, this looks like another apply of string of interpose of comma space and things, doesn't it? Because street address is going to be 123 test lane, city is Testerville, and state is TX. That's not a problem. We can either make it easy for us by just doing this city state, is that going to be enough? I missed out a there in parentheses, we need that. Good, and that works. There may be an easier way to do that, using, no, actually that's very concise, isn't it? There's no reason to use an interpose or a comma space and things. Why make it difficult? Okay, so now we want test address comes on here. Okay, there's a syntax here with keys. Interesting syntax. Well, let's just complete it, then we can decide what we think it means. City, state, and we want to do, it's the same thing as above, isn't it? Street address, comma, city, state. Okay, so I assume once I get the parentheses right that works. Yes, that works. Good. So what's this doing? It's taking test address and it's addressing the keys, I suppose. It's saying I only want the values for these keys, I suppose, because I doubt that a map in Clojure is ordered. So if I change this name and let's call it town or something, I expect this to break. Yes, it breaks. Line 44, yes, it breaks. Just says assertion failed, and the reason is that town doesn't exist, which means that I imagine that means that I can do this. It'll still work. Yes, it does. Good. It really does check for those keys inside the map of street address, map of test address. Okay, so what's going on now? We are taking test address. This is going to be a let, isn't it? And it takes these arguments. So let's see what we can do here. Let dot. Okay. And yep. Okay, what's the first example of a let, so I get the syntax absolutely right. Okay, we want to give it testerson is, let's call that that's the first argument, which is just going to be first name, last name, like that. And now the second argument is going to be an address, which we usually write like, oh, we can do it like this, can't we? Okay, that seems to work. Now we have to decide what we want to do with that. Okay. Oh, we're actually calling a function here, aren't we? We're not calling a let, we're calling a function. That works better. We've got to shut this here. I got that right. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I got that right. Good. And now we have to decide what we're going to do with the function, which is the function body here. We now have... Sorry, it's not the function body there, is it? Got that wrong. It's the function body here. So we now have our function, we have our arguments, which are first name is test, last name is Testerson, and we have the keys for test address. So we should be able to just return string of first name, and then a space, and then last name, and then a comma, and then street address, and then a comma, and then city, and then a comma, and then state. Is that okay? Yes, that seems to have worked. Are we now? Yes, we're now in file 16 refs. Good, okay, well that's how that works. Thank you very much.